Masechet Chagiga, daf Chavov Amud Aleph, the Mishnah Misheovar al Regel, Misheovar Regel. 5 lines from the end of the Amud. Chavov Amud Aleph. So let's give a background to the Mishnah before we start. Even that, as we learned yesterday, that B'sha'as Regel in Yom Tov, Kulom Chaverim, we learned out from Vayosef Kol Ish Yisrael, Chaverim, B'sha'as Asife, everyone is a Chaverim. These things are only legabe, that in the Regel itself, we are not concerned about the Maga. Means we're not concerned about the Maga of the Ameratzim. If the Ameratzim touch the Shemen, or they touch a Yain, or they touch Trume, or they touch Kochim, anything that they are metamed, like B'derech Klal, Chacham made Gzeir on Ameratzim. Well, this is Davke in the Regel itself. But once it is over a Regel, once it is now after the Regel, so then, over Regel, so anything what the Ameratzim touched in the Regel, it's Tome Lemafreya. That's the opinion of the Mishnah over here, what we're going to learn. So let's see the Mishnah inside. The Mishnah, Misha over Regel, Ma'avirin al Taharas Azore. That means they remove the Kalim from the place. Why? Why they remove the Kalim in the place, in the Azore from the place? To be Matbilet. Take it to the mikveh. To be Metar the Azore from the Tumah of Amora, the Tumah of Amora, the touch that the Amaratzim came into the Azore. And the Meiri says over here something very interesting. The Meiri brings in our Mishnah that there is 3 pshotim, 3 perushim on the word Ma'avirin. Ma'avirin, he says, is like they announce, right? As Viloshin Vayaviru Koil B'Machane, so they announce. Second of all, he says, like they leave everything else and they're busy only with this. For example, Ein Ma'avirin ala mitzvahs. So you're busy only with this. So they leave anything else. And another pshat, says the Meiri, could be is that this is the first thing they do after Yom Tov. And that's Lashon of Vayaveres Akushi, right? Oiver La'asiyasan, what we say, Legabei the Bocha. So Ma'avirin over here, the Meiri says 3 different meanings. But Shovar Regel, so we say the Lashon of Mishnah is Mishovar Regel Ma'avirin al Taharas Azore. What means Ma'avirin al Taharas Azore? The first thing we do, or we announce, or that's we leave anything else, they have to be busy with the Metar Azore. Says the Mishnah weiter, what if Ovar Regel Leyoim Shishi? That means, what if the last day of Yom Tov was on a Friday? On Friday, they will not ma'avir taras azore. Why? Because the Kohanim have to be busy with, each one has to be busy in his house. For Shabbos, they don't have time now to be ma'avir taras azore. Yeah, whatever taras ma'avir means. Yeah, they don't have time now to do it. Because when they're going to do this ma'avirin, when they're going to be metayad azore, they're going to do it on a Sunday. Now, Chachamim said that the days after the Regel till Sunday is like the Regel itself. And they could use the Kalim, and they could use anything till Sunday. I don't know the Turei Even. And the Turei Even. And at that time, they wouldn't use other Kalim. The Turei Even. They use the same Kalim. What? Chachamim Keilu extended the Yom Tov. Okay. Rabbi Yehuda Af loy by Yom Chamishi mipnei she'ein hakohanim penuim, as we can see in the Gemara. We see in the Gemara about what that means. So also not in Thursday there would be ma'avir da'azorah, they would retire da'azorah. Also in Thursday, that means the Thursday that this was the Regel after that, because the kohanim are not. The end they are busy. They're busy and they couldn't do it. Says Rashi. מעבירים על תרס הזורם, מעבירים לסכם עם קוראים להטפילו לתרס הזורם מתום הסמאורת שנוגו בו אין בו רגל, שאף על פי שעשו מהכוס וחברים בו רגל, לא ימנה שתו הריני, כך לאחר רגל מהגרון תומי למפרע. פני קוראים השבס, הקוראים צריכים ניסזק איש בבייסר לצורך השבס, אף לא ליום חמישי, אם עובר הרגל ליום חמישי, אין מטבין לא יסוד, עד לאחר השבס. So what Rashi says over here, Eimad bilin oisam, elo achar Shabbos. What's Mashal? And Shabbos itself, he wouldn't be matbilit, right? So it's Mashal Rashi. Imam Aregel Yom Chamishi, Eimad bilin oisam ad leachar Shabbos. Why not in Shabbos? It's threatened to heaven because if it's Shabbos, then you're not allowed to be matbil a clean Shabbos, right? It's a Shabbos. A Shabbos b'mikdash. So why you shouldn't do it? So again, we explained a few times what's the age for something. Let's see the Gemara. Learn the Gemara Tane. We learned in the Brayse to explain our Mishnah. We learned in our Mishnah, the last words of our Mishnah was Afloi Me'im Chamishi She'en Akoni Pinuin. Right? That was the last words of the Mishnah. The Gemara brings the Brayse to explain the last words of this Mishnah. She'en Akoni Pinuin Miloitzi Badeshen. That means they are busy. What they're so busy? They're busy the day after the regel, because in the regel there was more, a lot of kompromis. The Gemara says that Peomim, there was how much thing? Shloish, Meois, Kur. It's a Lashon Guzme, the Gemara says, right? One of the places where we find Lashon Guzme is Legabe them. Although there was a lot of Desh and Agava Mizbeach. Why? Because many people bring the Korbanos when? On Yom Tov, and there was the day after the regel. They were very busy to take out the deshen, the ash. What was al gabe hamizbeach? Meroim so much korbanos that Israel were being on the regalim on Yom Tov. They were busy. Yeah. Frag to Yemen. Let's see the Rashi beforehand. So Rashi, Mishen Akay Blui, Bimot Yom Tov Adpilo Shetrudi Loitzi Adeshen Shal Atapuach Sheberetz HaMizbeach Shekipptzu Sham Kol Yom Yisrael Kol Deshen Shel Ma'arocha. Frag to Yemen. So Oy Bazoi, every day after finishes Yom Tov, every Yisrochag basically, Rabbi Yehuda should say, right? Every Yisrochag, Rabbi Yehuda should say that what? That we can't do it. Because every Yom Tov there's lots of Deshen. Not after this day, every day is lots of thing. Yeah. No, in fact, the Shaila. Okay, let's see. What for that? Yes, no. So every day they did a bit, but the main cleaning was after the Yom Tov. So we learned in the previous Mishnah that there were Ma'avir al Taras HaAzorah, right? We said Ma'avirim, we said 3 different Pshotim, right? Again, let's remind ourselves, or Vayavir Ukor B'Machne, or Ein Ma'avir al HaMitzvahs, or Vayavir Sakushi, we say Oival HaSiyosam, yeah, many different Pshotim of Ma'avirim. But anyway, the idea is the same idea, to Toivel it, to Madvil it, okay. Says the Gemara, Keitzan Ma'avir al Taras HaAzorah. What is this Ma'avir al Taras HaAzorah? What do we do exactly? Says the Mishnah, Matbilin is a kelim shoyu b'mikdash. The matbil after Yom Tov, they go to the mikveh, they take all the kelim in the mikdash and they toivel it. Now, Ober, the shulchan, yeah, you can't be matbil it. Why you can't be matbil the shulchan? Oh, they are good, as Rabeli is saying, because there is a din of lechem aponim lefonai tomid. What do you do? So ואומרים להם, so בשעס הרגל they tell the Amiratim, ואומרים להם, היזהרו, they tell the Amiratim, be careful, שלא דף חוב אורם הדייס, שלא יתיגו בשולחן, be careful not to do the shulchan and be metamet, because this, we don't have a solution. Once if you touch the metamet, there's no solution for this. Yes. Shabbos. So machloikes if it's ze bezat tivchoy shel ze or the next day. Tell me that's the most wrong. You can't, because how are you going to be matbilet? You have to be matbilet the whole time. You have to be matbilet. You can't be matbilet with the bread. So we can see in the Gemara. Yeah. Okay, let's wait for the Gemara. I'm saying a very simple question, a very good question, but let's wait for the Gemara. Hopefully you're gonna have the terror, because this is the thing. Yes, sir, Rabbi. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see the Mishnah weiter. כל הכלים שהיו במקדש, יש להם שיניים, שנים, not שיניים, שנים ושלישים. That means different kelim. There's a secondary, there's triple, double, and backup. שאם נדמה ראשונים, יביאו שנים. או שניים, probably שנים. שניים או שנים, תחתיין, to use it, till the build the first one. כל הכלים שהיו במקדש, טעונים תפילה, that means it's talking again after יום טוב. חוץ ממזבח הזוב ומזבח הנחושת. Why? They don't need תפילה. the Amiratim touched it as well. מפני שאין כקרקע, דברי רבי אלעזר, הקרקע לא מקבל טובה. אחרים מפני שאין מצופין. נגמור, we're going to see what is the machloikis really Rabbi Elazar and Chachamim about this machloikis. So let's see Rashi. But Rashi, בואי נראה לקיים המאמרת ברגל, יזהרו שלא יתיגו בשולחן שלא יוכלו להטביל רק הרגל, שיהיה אפשר לסלקו ומקוים ודחסיבי, לחם פונים לפוני, תמיד. טעונים תפילה מפני תומס הרגל. חוץ מזבח הזו ומזבח הנחושת כקרקע, שהכוסו קוראים מזבח אדומו, ושולחן העמוד לא ינהגו בו, מפני שמצופים בגמור מפרש ורוצה פשט מצופים. Talk the Gemara. Tane. So now let's go to what Rabbi Meshulam asked, the question that will tell the Amiratzim not to touch the Shulchan in the Regolim. Tane, we learned in the Braise. Izaru Shem Otigu b'Shulchan u'b'menoiro. That means, no, in the Shulchan you don't have to be madbil. The menoiro as well, you don't have to be madbil. What's the reason? We're going to see about in the Gemara explains what's the reason that also the menorahs brought down and our Mishnah didn't bring down the menorah. Tane they down, that means Tana of our Mishnah, my time elo Tane menorah. Why we learned only the Shulchan? Why didn't we bring the menorah? Because the Gemara Shulchan ksivei tomid state lechem ponim lefonai tomid. You can't remove it, right? And to be mad with the Shulchan, that means you can't remove the lechem. Or a menorah lo ksivo tomid. Then that look at Sanego, he doesn't say tomid. So you don't have to. It should be lit mi boiker me'erev ad boiker. Why? Sorry, you have to light it only mi boiker mi erev ad boiker. But once in the boiker, you can be madbil it. There's no problem. The whole day is no chiyuv to burn. And for the Gemara, that means the time of the Braise will say that also the menorah you can't be madbil. What's the reason? The Gemara says the That's what. That there's no tummy, so why the Braise does mean that you have to? Says the Gemara, Keivan dechsiv, ve'esa menorah noichach hashulchan, Keivan dechsiv bo tomid, because it says noichach, no noichach hashulchan. It's keilu. It says also by a menorah tomid. Why? Because the Torah says that as long as the shulchan is there, the menorah should also be there. I mean, it's a din. And this is a very famous, and Poshet Pshat, but it's a very famous Briskerov. It's a Chidush in Moron, Rabbeinu Yitzchok Ze'ev, Alevi, Ala Torah, Parshas Emor, Chidush in Riza Levi. And Riza Levi, the Briskerov, Ala Torah, Parshas Emor, he says this, and it's Poshet Pshat. That he says, there's a din, what is Noichach HaShulchan? What's the din of Noichach HaShulchan? The din of Noichach HaShulchan Zog, as a din in the Shulchan. The din in the Shulchan is that the menorah should be noichach. And because we need the lecha upon him on the Shulchan Tamid, we need that for other, the menorah should be noichach. Sadin in the Shulchan. So it's a very nice chat. What is noichach? Sadin in the Shulchan. There's some menorah noichach Shulchan. So what is this menorah? Sadin in the Shulchan. Yeah, that's what the menorah should be noichach. And because we need lecha upon him on the Shulchan Tamid, we need also the menorah nichach Tamid. So it's a din in the Shulchan. In the Shulchan we have a din of Tamid. But once we have a din in the Shulchan, very geschmack pshat to understand this. Okay. That means the Tana of our Mishnah was not choishes for this. As we said, and he learned that only the Shulchan you can't be madbil over the menorah you are madbil. You do take the mikveh. Ahu, this pasuk what we learned over there at Noichach likvoya lo mokoy mude ose. The teachers where exactly you are mamid the menorah. You put it connected on Shulchan, but the Torah doesn't tell me over here that it has to be always over there, the Menoicha Noicha Shulchan, and you can't take it away. No, you can take it away, you can be madvil it, and it's going to be okay. Frag the Gemara on what we say. What do we say? Okay, so before we go back, let's see the Rashi. Menoicha Noiksiva Tomik. Loimar. Tmidi Amur Menoicha Loitomik. יום ולילה כל המגע, לא תמיד לילה, כי תמיד האמור בואי להסתמיד, וחבית עיקר גודל, אבל ביום, לא יהיו דוילק דמערב עד בויקר קציב, תן לו מידע חשבת שיש בו כדי להידולק, ארלונג, מערב עד בויקר לפיקו. כל היורים מהתוריוך ולסלקו להטבילו, אבל תמיד האמור בשולחון, ולילה הוא, בשבת הוא ארוחון, אבל תמיד means every night, doesn't mean against the time. Meir HaShulchan זאת רש"י כל זמן שהשולחן שם תהי ונוירו לכתויי. אז מדויק also רש"י. I told you it's pshat. Once you see learn it, you see it everywhere in the pshat. Finding Gemara Shaila. Again, let's explain what we're going on over it. The Gemara is going to ask now about what we learned at the Amoritz. We don't want him to touch the table. We don't want him to touch the table. Friday Gemara ותאיפוק לכלי עץ עשוי לנחס וכל כלי עץ עשוי לנחס לא מטמא. Friday Gemara, why I have to warn the Ameratzim, don't touch his arm, don't touch the shulchan? What is the shulchan? The shulchan was made from atzei shitim. A shulchan is made from atzei shitim is mekabel tumah bichlal. No. Why? Because we have a din of a kli eitz also in a nachas. What means the nachas? Loshem munach. The nachas. Select. It's not portable. It's something to be nachas. It should be munach. Loshem sitting. Kavua. Nachas. Sitting, not nachas. It's sitting in loshem munach. Yeah? To be munach in one place. Not to be metaltal, not to be portable. So a closet that, how big is a closet? Oh, so it has to be created also in the nachas. Once it's a created also in the nachas, it's not metame. Why? As we can see, about the Gemara teaches us. So, Friday Gemara lichvay. The shulchan is a created also in the if it's a created also in the nachas, not mekabel tumah. So why do we have to warn the Ameratzim not to touch the shulchan? Anyway, even if they touch it, it's not going to become a tumah. Explain the Gemara. My time. What's the reason that the kli eitz also the nachas is not mekabel tumah? So, again, just a small background. The Torah says, "Kol asher ipoy, all of mehem," means for the shrotzim b'moisam itma. We call kli eitz oy beged, oy oir, oy sak. Right? All of these things become tumah. The Torah is makish. The Torah is doing over Ekesh. If we look very careful into this pasuk, what we talk about too much shrotzim, right? Kol asheripol all of mehem. What's mehem? From the shrotzim, all of, right? The moisom, when these dead reptiles, these 8 shrotzim are in Torah, when they fall in and on one of these scaling, they become tumah. But we do a Ekesh. We call kli eitz, oy beged, oy oir, oy sak. We do a hekesh. Kli eitz tasak. What teaches us this kli eitz tasak? Let's see it inside the Gemara. Says the Gemara, my time to me the sak. We medame what the Torah says. Kli eitz to me the sak meaning. Ma sak mitaltel moloi vereikom. A sack. What is a sack? A sack is to carry things. You could carry the sack when it's empty. You could carry the sack when it's full. Right? Because what is a sack? You put inside tvur, you put inside the wheat, the barley. Afkol, anything was mentioned in that pasuk, including kli eitz, what's mentioned in that pasuk, when they are metame only when they are mitaltel molevereikom. But then when they are made not to be mitaltel, how do we call it? Lenachas, to stand in one place, they are not metame. And then what Chazal learned for this second that kli eitz, that the size, the volume of this is bigger than the shiur with Chachamim or Koiveya, it's not going to be Tomei. What is this shiur with Chachamim or Koiveya? We can see about Why? Because it's not mitaltel mole vereikon. We can see about what's the shear of the chacham. So now, once we say that the shulchan is not metame, yeah, because it's a clear it's also nachas. Why we have to warn the ameratzim not to touch it? Let's see the shine and Rashi. The bukle. The shulchan loy mitamule. The clear it's also nachas. Okay, mechadu. Do you the sakrin? The Dr. Rashi the yantume ukuli it's the sak the xir. Kol asherim po lo lo mehem moy so mitmo mikol creates oy beged oy sak. Ma sak mitaltel mole vereikon yotzo osu ile nachas. The no mitaltel mole vereikon yotzo creates. Amachzik memseo belach. Shein kirai beyovesh af al pi shemitaltel reikon. No mitaltel mole shemitaltel lanu mole yishover. It's too heavy, right? That's a thing, and that's the shiur. What we mentioned. Chacham came and said the shiur is. Mem sel belach, it fits it over there. It fits inside this size, 40 se'or of water, a liquid, or 2 se'or of koiraim beyovish. Right, koiraim is 60 se'or when it's dry. Says the Gemara. Let's go back to the Gemara. So again, what was the shaila? If we say that shulchan is a kli eitzos in nachas, and it's not mekabel to, so why do we have to warn the ameratzim not to touch it? And for the Gemara, the shulchan is mitaltel mole vereikon. Who zet men as the shulchan is mitaltel mole vereikon? So the Gemara keder shlokish. The Omar shlokish meidig see what's the pshat in the pasuk? Ala shulchan hatoy. What's hatoy? Why toy? It's always toy. Michlal shul tomei. That means this sometimes the shulchan could be tomei. Ve'amai. So why you tell me that the shulchan could become tummy? You just tell me that the kli also the nachas is not becoming tummy. In the shulchan that the kli also the nachas, so why you have to tell me that the shulchan is tummy? Michlal de tummy, it can't be tummy. Elo melamed shemagbin oiso yumarim boy loy leregolim lechem aponi v'oimrim lohem rehu chibaschem lifnei amokoim silukoi kesiduroi. The mizazoi. They would actually carry the shulchan. When the Oile Regoli would come, 3 times a year, they would lift up the lechem upon him. They would lift up the whole shulchan together with the lechem upon him, and they would say, "Look how Rebbeinu Shalom likes you. Look at the love of the Rebbeinu Shalom of the Klal Yisrael. Kesilukoi, the same way that the lechem upon him from the shulchan on Shabbos, when they put it in kesiduroi, that means the same way they were mesader it on the Shabbos beforehand. When the mesalek the lechem upon him, when they eat the lechem upon him, Shabbos afternoon. When they were mesader the lechem upon him, when they put the lechem upon him on the shulchan, or previous Shabbos, a week beforehand. And the same way, when they put the lechem upon him a week ago on the shulchan, and actually it was steaming, still coming out. A week later, the steam was still coming out. Fresh, just came out of the oven. And that is the shows on the Chavivus Aboyer, as we can see about. Says Zaymeile, because it's metaltel the shulchan. So it's not also the nachas. So Zaymeile, it's not a kliyos the nachas. So it's mekabel tume. Where do we see this idea? It says the Gemara Domar Yeshua ben Levi, Neis, Godoil, Naase, Belechem Aponim. What was the big neis? Kesiduroi, Kach Silukoi. That the bread did not even, didn't yet get cold from the sidur. When was the sidur? The previous week in Shabbos, till when they put it. Shenemar losum lechem choim beyoim hilok. That means, over there is talking about David HaMelech. When David HaMelech says over there that he comes to Noivir HaKohanim and they give him over there bread to eat. And the Gemara says over there, the pasuk is losum lechem choim beyoim hilok. It was still hot. The day that they take the lechem off the shulchan.
The shulchan itself, didn't they just raise it and lower it again? They didn't move it. A sak, you move from one place to another. The shulchan, they didn't move it from its place.
Who said they didn't they move it to a place? How they
But what did they do with it?
To memorial it to the Ole Regolim, presumably they took it Lachol HaPochos to the edge of the Heichal.
Yeah. So This is a big shaila. This is a big shaila. What is this was mamish? They took it out or bemes thing. So they didn't remove the lechem from the shulchan. They just showed the lechem upon him when it was still on the shulchan.
Yeah, but to be able to see it, they had to bring it to the door, to the Shara Ulam, the stomach. Others,
So if you look at the Yerushalmi, can't have a Yerushalmi over here, but you're very right, all of you. And was Tony asking a good question. And the Medayek in the Yerushalmi says, Moitziin umarin, Moitziin umarin le'oile regole. It's mashma from the Yerushalmi that they didn't remove the lechem from the shulchan. They would take out the shulchan lachutz with the lechem on it, and they would show the lechem when it's on the shulchan. Yeah, that's the proof of the Gemara. It's metaltel moleverekon. That means that it's movable. Yeah, if it's not movable. What's the whole point? Yeah. That's what the Tony was asking. So it's not metame. So we say no. They moved also for sure that they moved. They showed them the lechem upon itself, but also the shulchan. Also they would pull it towards the thing. Yeah. There's a Radvaz. The Radvaz says over there. Quite a famous Radvaz. The Radvaz says over there that they would schlep the Magbid Shulchan. They would, because we know that Israel wouldn't go in between the Ulam and Mizbeach. So how could they see if it's hard to code? So he says because. So he says, so first of all, we know Tosha says hard to code means it's rach. It's rach. Yeah, it was not the water, it's soft. And the pshat is that they will take it out. Yeah. They'll take it out to the Pesach Eichel. And over there, they would think, yeah. Yeah. That's why they have to take it to Pesach Eichel. Depends where's the Mizbeach, with Batzad or not Batzad. So they took it out. So not from every angle you could see it. Not from every angle you could see it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Not from every angle you could see it, yeah. Okay. Beseda. Let's see the Gemara Rashi. Let's see Rashi. Look, Rashi, the Imor Amaschil. השולחן התויר, שאומרתי שיהיה תויר בכלל שהוא רואי לטומאה, והלא יקלי יצא עשו לנחס, סילוקי כסידורוי, סילוקי לשם וסבור, חם כיום סידורוי, חוים כלא יום לא חוים, שיהיה חם ביום לא חוים מעל השולחן. Yeah, כתוב שזה צרח, as we mentioned here. תימוגלית מקבל טומאה, ואפילו עשו לנחס בשום ציפוי יום. Okay, now this is the Gemara. Let's go to the Gemara. זוג די Gemara weiter. Maybe it should help us over here. Why it's Mekabel Tumah, right? We said it's Metaltel. It's Metaltel. It's Mekabel Tumah. Finding Gemara that the Shulchan is Mekabel Tumah. Why? Because it's Ein Osir Nachas. But if it would be Osir Nachas, it would actually not become Tumah, right? That's what the Gemara says. The whole reason it's Mekabel Tumah because, yeah, you see, you carry it around. Finding Gemara, even if it's Osir Nachas. Even if you don't carry it around, but they proclaim Tzipui, that means the Shulchan was made of Zohov. Right? The Tzipui was Zohov. Afishiti, well, the Tzipui was Zohov. If the Tzipui is Zohov, so it's called a clay matches. Clay matches, I feel it's also the Nachas, it's metame. Where do we see? Where do we see that the tzipui on stone is mafkia the kli from Kabbalah Stume because it happened from stone kli avonim, stone Kabbalah Stume. And if we are making on the tzipui, for sure that we're gonna be machmir on the tzipui. That means the Gemara brings now a Mishnah in Masechet Skelim, and for the Mishnah in Masechet Skelim we see that we do go boss on the tzipui. Sai lekule. So for sure, so lechumo. Here we go lechumo. Yeah, that the tzipui is matches, is metal. So for sure, it's going to be mekabel tumen. The Gemara brings the raya from Mishnah Kelim over there. The tzipui is made of clay avonim, and because the tzipui is made of clay avonim, it's not mekabel tumen. Where do we see it? State that none. No, none. Hashulchan ve'adul peki. A dul peki is a folding chair. A folding chair that's covered with leather. What means shenifchasu? Broke a little bit. That means, and now it's a clay even, right? Shaish is a clay even, marble is clay even. So it's not a kabel tumah. That means it didn't break in ganzen. That means shiaboim, it didn't plate it in ganzen. It left over there, mokim, hanochas, koisois. So it's still tomei. Why? Because not loy to melacha, to the first melacha what you done. Even after you mafchis a little bit, right? The mokum without the tzipui, so it's still going to be kam tomei because it's not in ganzen covered. It's not enough to leave over there. How much you have to leave in order to become tomei? It's not enough for mokum anochas koisos to put up there a few cups. Mokum anochas chatichos means you also need places not only for the cups, also for putting over there. Chatichos means chatichos of lechem and also bread and meat. But if he didn't leave over there of chatichos, that means a shulchan of wood, right? He didn't leave over there the pieces of bread and meat. So it's still going to be, so it doesn't have a shem, right? Shulchan of 8, and it's still going to be toil. What do we learn from over here? That the tzipui even is moitzi mitoiras kli, right? Because this dulpeke, or this shulchan was made of wood. Wood is mekabel tumah, right? It's a kli. Kli 8 is mekabel tumah. And what we said, that if it's metzupe in ganzen, right? So what's going to be the din story? Why? Because it's kli avonim. So we see from over here that the tzipui even is moitzi mitoiras kli 8 or oil, right? Because that's the duplicate talking about the kli oil. And it turns it into kli even. So the same thing over here, we should learn tzipon zov. It turns it into kli matches. You know what you're gonna answer me? You know over here the tzipon zov that's on the shulchan b'samidos doesn't turn into kli matches. You know why? Because we go after the tzipon. You know why? Because the tzipon is more chashuv. Over there, actually, the wood is more chashuv than the tzipon. Why? Because you're right, it's gold tzipon. But what is type of wood we're talking about over here? We're talking about the wood of the shulchan. Atzei shitim. Oimdim ladul olmi. What the Gemara says in Sukkah. More chashuv than the zon. Says the Gemara. The chitei you tell me over here. We don't go about the tzipui. You know why? Shiny atzei shitim bechashive veloi bakle. It's not going to be misbatei daily bit. Oh, nichel ereslokish lo amar lo yishanu lo beklei aksolim slogim. Aboy mivdinas hayam, aval biklei mismim lo yibatle shapir. El Rabbi Yochanan Omar afilu biklei mismim nami batle ma'ikele meimar. This fits very good. If be the one that says that's what a shlokish. A shlokish says when we say that the tzipui is mevatel. When we say that the tzipui is mevatel, you played something, so we go and bought the tzipui. Only these kelim would come from achslogim. What's achslogim? For a certain place. For a certain place, as I talk to you, that's not exactly with Aleph, that there's a certain place what's called this thing. And they come to the Sayam, so they are not so choshuv. But claim must mean that they are choshuv. It's not misbattle ayidei the tzipui. So very good, we can explain us over here. Because it's atzei shitim. The shulchan is made of atzei shitim. So because the atzei shitim is so important and so choshuv, that's not nifka for me the Torah creates, even ayidei the tzipui zov shalom. Even it's plated with gold, we're not going to be saying that it is the clay matches. We're saying that it's clay 8. Why we just that clay 8? Because this is still clay. Clay 8 because the Asishiti is more choshev. That's what's only Lefi Rabbi Reshlaki who says that we do go by the chashivas of the day of the clay. Ober says the Gemara Lefi Rabbi Yochanan who says that even by clay mistam that it's also misbatel. Why? Because the tzipui is always mevatel the kli. We're always machshi the tzipui. So over here, the same thing like the shulchan. Why we shouldn't say that it's mevatel the shem of atzishitim, and we say that this is a kli matches, and if it's a kli matches, it should be mikabel tuba, even without the reason of nachas, not nachas. And if you're going to want to tell me the teretz, what are you going to tell me? Kan over here, what we say that the tzipu is mevateled, but tzipu oimed, tzipu that's kavua with nails. You nail it into the kli, then it's mevateled. Kan in the shulchan, do you know why the tzipu is not mevatel the kli, the shem kli eitz? But tzipu shein oimed. That means maybe you can say that over here the tzipu was not standing kavua with nails into the kli, and therefore it's not mekabel tume. If it would make the nachas, because it can't be mevatel the shem kli. So the most nishlemes why? Oh boy, me nei Resh Lakish me Rabbi Yochanan. So this you can't say because Resh Lakish asked Rabbi Yochanan Shaila. What's the din? Betzipui oimed. Oi betzipui shein oimed. That means, do we say only betzipui oimed? So the tzipui is mevatel the shem kli, or maybe also betzipui shein oimed? Another question he asked him. That means when the sipui is covering also the lizvezov means the sifsei kli, the rim around the kli, yeah, like you have the around the kli, you have like a thing that's lizvezov. The lip, yeah, the lip of the kli. So only there we say it's mevatel kli, or even when it's not actually plated, it's not the tzipui go this way. Ve'omar Rabbi Yochanan answered the Shlokish, lo yishno betzipui oimed, ve'lo yishno betzipui she'ein oimed, and lo yishno bechoifes livzeizov, ve'lo yishno be'she'ein choifes is levizveizov. Always, what's the din? The tzipui is mevatelet. So we back to the question. If the tzipui is mevatel, why we say kli osul lenachas, ein osul lenachas, even if it's a kli she'ein osul lenachas, still should be mekabel tume. Why? Because it's the tzipui. Says the Gemara, elo, says the Gemara, shiny shulchan. Shulchan is different. The Rachamone daf Chav Zayin Amud Aleph, the last Amud of our Masechet. The Rachamone Karye Eitz. The teachers that what? That the tzipui is misbatel klape the shulchan. The tzipui is misbatel klape the shulchan. And even when it's metzupe, the Torah calls it eitz. Where do we see it? The Chsiv. Hamizbeach. And over there is talking about the shulchan was standing opposite the Mizbeach. Yeah, so Dr. Rashi in Cheskel. Eitz, Hamizbeach eitz, Sholosh Amos Gavoya, Ve'or Koi Goivho, Gavoya or Goivho, Ve'or Koi Shtayim Amos, Umikzoisov, Eloi, Ve'or Koi, Ve'kiroisov eitz, Ve'edaber Elai, Zeh HaShulchan Asher Lifnei Hashem. What do we see over there? Oh, how the Torah calls it, the Shulchan? Shulchan eitz. We see that the Shulchan is called eitz, and therefore is not going to be a thing. Okay, let's see Rashi. Look Rashi. Beteipu klei the mekabel tume afilu osel nachas mishum tzipuyo. Shu matches the chlei matches lo yiska shesak. Dot na and bosar tzipuyas. Then where do we see that we go bosar tzipuy? Says the Gemara. Says Rashi. Adul peke kisei hamiskabel umechuse oyo. שחיפור בשייש, שוב, כלי, הווה כלי, עבודים שאין מקבלים טומא, אבל בשיר בו, מן הבחיסה, אוי מן החיפוי כדי הנוחס קויסויס, תומי שעדיין רואי לפלחת הראשונות, עוד עובדי דאון קויסוס, Vidoimer, tzorich not enough to put down over there. Koisos cups, you need to put a bit more. Tzorich afa nochas chatichos lechem or bosom. Ei loy lav shulchanu. Anyway, what do we see from this price? From this Mishnah? Tzipu yoyme vat lo yafilu leokel. So b'chol shekilach me that if it's mitzupe matres, it will be mekabel tumah. Lo yishanu. Ach diktan tzipu yoyme vat lo yelo be'atze ach shlogiz she'enu choshev kol kach. Aber ציפוי שאינו ימת, שאינו מקסימום מסמרים, יופי. ותאמר דאוד המקדוש לאו ימדו. That means Rashi says that ציפוי שאינו ימת, שאינו מוחזק, right? It's not מוחזק במסמרים, יופי. So you're going to say, ותאמר דאוד המקדוש לאו ימדו. Now what Rashi means over here, this Rashi, what we just mentioned, the Master שאינו ימת, you have to explain Rashi that maybe you can say, that maybe the Mephoshim saying Rashi, maybe they had the Kabbalah that there was not a Tzipu Yoimet. It was plated gold, was no Yoimet. And that's why they had the Shaila, why the Shulchan is becoming Tumeh. Because if not, you can't do over there Shaila because of the Efshar. Maybe. No. They had the Kabbalah that's not Yoimet. That's what they're asking the question. Tosis explains over here a little bit different. Tosis explained that the tzipui of the shulchan, Tosis was like the tzipui of the oven. That means there was three kelim. The chitzoin, the penimi was zav, and the penimi was made of wood, and that is not called a tzipui oimet. I like the Tosis over here. Very interesting Tosis. If you look at Tosis, Dimah kan the tzipui oimet, the shel migdosh lo oimet, the shalosh shulchanos oimet migdosh kemish lo yisharon shoyis betzalel. That tzipui noyach la'asiroi. It's supposing the tzipui yoyim tzopim the shayis. Yeah, so you see it over there. Imam like, oh, very interesting places. We never understand that way, right? We just learn now the parshas of Trumot, Tetzaveh, Vayakel, Bekudei, all of the begodim, the Klei Hamikdash. Okay. So Rashi weiter. Let's go back to Rashi. This in the last Rashi in the.
If there's Sholosh Shulchanos, or where did the Chalaponim sit, or which Shulchan? If the Sholosh Shulchanos, or which Shulchan did the Chalaponim?
No, okay, Shlosh Aroinos. That means one inside the other one.
No, במקדוש לא עומד, שלוש שולחנות שם במקדוש, כמין שלוש ארונס. שלוש שולחנות זה same.
One inside the other. There was one inside the other one. It was super, yeah. Levis Vezin, Sofal Shulchan Soviv, Rashi Rachamone, Dachov Zayin Amedale, Rachamone Karya 8, Av Kshu Metzupe, yeah. Okay. Now, from our old sugya, we see, what do we see over here? That also the Shulchanos that were in the Beis Hamikdash, they were made of wood, and they were Metzupe Zov. Yeah, the Metzupe Zov. And the Shulchan and Misyaches now to Shaila what the Bitzchok asked. Because I'm going back to Toises over here. So the Shulchan from Moshe Rabbeinu, the portion of the Pasuk that it was made of gold, right? This is Lichoire, nicht so wie the Rambam. Because the Rambam in Ilchos Beis Abchira, Perek Aleph Aloch Yudches, the Rambam says, HaMenoiro, Vekeleo, VeHaShulchan, Vecheilov, Mizbach HaKtoires, Ein Oisom Elo Mina Matches Bilvad, only for metal. Im Osu Oison Shel Eitz, Oi Etzem, from a bone, Oi Even, Oi Shel Schuchis, Vesolin. Also the Rambam. The Rambam Paskin, Seidus Menoiro, Seidus Shulchan, Seidus Mizbeach Hazor, Mizbeach HaKtoires, yeah, Mizbeach Hazor was called. Has to be done, Dafke, doesn't have to be Zav, as we learned the Gemara Menochas Choftes, right? Choftes, about the Menoiro. Oh, but that's to be done for Matches. Has to be made of metal. Frag the Rashash on the Rambam from our Sugya. Also frag the Rashash from unserer Sugya. Unsere Sugya steht over here that it doesn't have to be it does not have to be made of thing. Yeah. Okay. The Rashash is not amazing, the Rashash is in the Aros al Rambam. Zog the Gemara. Agav this pasuk, what we brought over the pasuk in Yecheskel, right? The psukim will teach us about Zeh Mizbeach Eight Shalish Amos, Zeh Shulchan Ashalifnei Hashem, best right? Zeh Shulchan Ashalifnei Hashem. Says the Gemara. The Gemara darshans. Poslach beMizbeach. We start this pasuk, right? The Mizbeach Eight Shalish Amos. The Siyem Shulchan, right? We finish with Zeh HaShulchan. What's up, chat? Rabbi Yochanan v'Shlokish da'amre tarvayu. They both say, "Bizman shebeis hamidrash kayom, mizbeach mechaper al odom. Mizbeach is mechaper on a person. Aber achshav shulchanoi shel odom mechaper olov. What means shulchanoi shel odom mechaper olov? How could the shulchan be mechaper? Says Rashi, be'achnosas oilchim. You bring people to eat, you do chesed on your table, and that is the kapore. This is the kapore. And Tosis means why, if you look at the Tosis over here in the top of the Omed, the Godoi lekoyach alegimek, the Isa ba'agodas chelek. The Tosis means over here, Godoi lekoyach alegime, is defined over there in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, and it means the Gemara in Kuf Gimel Omed base, even though it says over here Sanhedrin daf Kuf Vav in my Gemara. So what's it by you? Kuf Gimel? Oh, well it says Kuf Vav. We have to be Megiyah, huh?
Mine says Kuf Vav.
Yeah, it's Be'emes Kuf Gimel. Kuf Gimel on the base, the Gemara says over there, G'doilo legimel. It means the achila, what you feed the guest. Shema'alemes einayim min harishoyin. Ma'alemes me'einei hamokoim. Right? Not to pay the Rosh kigmuloi. And Kedarko Yoro, just what? Keilo HaKadosh Baruch Hu is ma'alimayim. Keili doesn't see it. The Gemara brings the Raya over there from Pesel Micho, right? Because he would give food, he would give food to the Oivri Drochim. The Rebbe Shalom Bikshu Malach HaShoros HaDochafoi, right? Because the smoke of the Pesel Micho with the smoke of Shiloi would get mixed up together. Why? Because he gives me Pita Metzuya Oivri Drochim. Pita Metzuya Oivri Drochim. Ad Kedei Kach is the Meile of. Okay, says the Gemara weiter. This Indian of Peter Mitzvah over the Drachim, so there's okay, there's many things to speak about. Let's continue the. Then we're going to go back to it. Okay. Yeah. It's not.
Is it stam ochim or it's ochim who need the food? It's an anim. Is it ochim anim or stam ochim?
No, not dafke anim. Not dafke anim. Choyer nicht dafke anim.
Somebody invite your neighbor who doesn't need any food just to have a nice Shabbos together. It's called oireach. Oireach in time of Gemara is people who came to town and had nowhere to be and nowhere to eat. The mashmos Gemara almost oireach is people who needed the food. Whenever you have a oireach, is somebody pick up a oireach. You take him in, but not you invite a neighbor who says.
I don't know if oireach means exactly as he's saying. It's not oni. Oireach is oni.
No, but he needs the food. He needs your food. He's benefit. If somebody invites a neighbor and says, "Oh, he invites me again." Oh, I had enough there, but he comes to you and you got to oireach. Yes. What is oireach? Oireach is somebody. Oireach is not over oirach. Over oirach is oireach. It's I'm asking. He's not somebody invites for a Shabbos table. His neighbor, his friend. That's not oireach. Here is when he does good with his food for others. He does. Yeah.
Phrased. I don't no. You say
it's somebody in town that you look after him. And also the Svori is the Svori is that you're doing something, contributing something to to humanity. It's not somebody who's got plenty of food at home and you decide to invite them for Friday night or Shabbos morning.
Yeah, chesed fakir. That's what the Gemara says.
Chesed, you do chesed. You do chesed. It's a chesed. Has to be Maisa chesed. Maisa chesed.
צדוקה לעניים, חסד לעניים ולעשיר. כן, זה היחיד שכמו even את זה, you have to think. Okay.
The Rebbeinu Bechai brings down in Parshas Truma that the Anshe Sfard used to make the oral from the Shulchan. The oral Achim Ever Esm Shon made from the Shulchan. Show as that's the Indian of Achos Ochim. This is the mitzvah which they can take with Achim Ever Esm Shon. Rebbeinu Bechai ala Torah.
But Achos Ochim is somebody who needs it. Not somebody you pull him out of a five-star hotel and say, come to stay in my house. He's a reach, you know.
If he doesn't want to be a reach.
Not a reach, I'm saying a reach is more the needy. It's probably you do an act of out of kindness to people who need the
okay, that's more
mashmois, always mashmois.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's see the Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah. כל הכלים שהיו במקדוש, יש להם שנים, right? It says שנים or shlishi, that means all the kelim that they had to make the mikdash, you have to have tefillah, chutz on the mizbeach hazov, because the mizbeach hazov is made of wood, and it's metzupe zov, right? The Victoria's mizbeach hanechoshes, even though it's wood that's metzupe of copper for the korbanos, and why? Because they are karka, right? They are karka, that's what we learned in the Mishnah. And the Gemara explains, now the emphasis is, in the Mishkan, of Moshe Rabbeinu, the Mizbeach HaPnimi was the Mizbeach HaKtoires, was made of Atzi Shittim, and it was Metzupe Zov. The Mizbeach HaChitzoin, they were maktir on the Korbanos, it was made of Atzi Shittim and Metzupe Nechoshes. Now the Mizbeach HaKtoires that was in the Beis HaMikdash, so if you look at the Psukim in Melachim Aleph and Kapitel Vav over there, right, in the Psukim over there, Pasuk Chol base, especially when we learned it, we were Medayek. So it was Metzupe Erez and Metzupe Zov. And over there, if we look at the Meforshim, the Metzudes and the Radak, they explain that it was made of avonim, the thing, and both of the tzipuim was on it. That means the first tzipui, what we call the tzipui atachtoim, was eitz erez, and on it was the tzipui zov. Now, the mizbeach hachitzon in the Beis HaMikdash was made of a binyan avonim, and there was not metzuba bichlal. Yeah, the mizbeach hachitzon in the Beis HaMikdash. Okay. Now, our Mishnah, and our sugya, and we see it from Rashi over here, you can't explain it because the mizbeichos that were in the Beis HaMikdash, because as we just spoke, there's two types of mizbeichos. There was mizbeichos bizman Moshe Rabbeinu, and there was mizbeichos in the Beis HaMikdash. Our sugya over here, what we're going to learn now, again, it's a little bit about Agadete, but it's also going on the mizbeichos of Moshe Rabbeinu, or ancient Moshe Rabbeinu. For sure, that's not the Nidin as what was made by Moshe. The Achronim right, because the Nidin over here is only on if the Mizbeichos was done ke'ein, the one that was by Moshe Rabbeinu, then we would say it, yeah? A different way, to understand that the Nidin over here is L'osi Lovoi. The Mizbeichos was done ke'ein shel Moshe or not. Yeah, that's where it's in the Shaila. That's, if you look at the Toshos Yontif at the end of the Mishnah, Zokt, that's the Mahalach what he learns over in the Gemara, because definitely it's not talking about the Beis HaMikdash, as we just mentioned. There was 8 areas and the Mizbeach HaPnimi, the Mizbeach HaChitzoin was Avonim, it was not Metzupe B'chalal. Well, it's ancient Moshe. Exactly, but that's what the Toshos Yontif speaks about. So let's see. Look at the Gemara. The Gemara explains. Kol HaKelim Shel HaMikdash Leim Shlish Shlish. Mizbeach HaNechoshes. So we said Mizbeach HaNechoshes has a din of a karka. Why? The Chsiv. Mizbach Adomo Ta'aseli, right? The state of the name of the Pasuk was Zavachta Ol V'Soloisecho, the Shalomecho, and the Pasuk calls it Adomo. Why Adomo? To teach us that the Mizbeach on it, that you will Zoiveach on it, Shlomim, as a din of a karka. Mizbeach Azov, as a din of a karka, where do we see? The Chsiv, the state of the Pasuk, Amenoiro, and Mizbeichos. So what we see over here, the Torah is makish, iskash, mizbechois zelazeh, and the same like the mizbeach and the choish is a karka, So the same thing, the Mizbach Azov is also a Karka. Let's see Rashi, Zot Rashi, Dibur Amaschil. Okay, there's no thing. Other should explain the mitzvah yet. No thing more about it. That means we learned that the Mishnah Kol HaKedim Shel Bamigdash Tohu Nitzvi Lechut Mezach Hazor V'Nizach Halachot V'Nizach Karka. That's the Rebbe. And now, right, that's the Rebbe, sorry. And now what we're talking about is Chacham. Chacham say no. That means the Gemara understood in the beginning that Chacham Yamoy to Rebbe that the Mispacho is not Mekabel Tumeh. Just there's a different reason. Not because they are Karka, only because they're Metzupin. Right, that's what the Gemara understood. Says the Gemara, Adarabe. We shouldn't be metamet because it's clay and clay also the nachas are not mekabetume. Only because they have a tzipui, so we have to metamet. So how can you say that the tzipui is going not to mekabetume? And for the Gemara, no, not like you learn that the tzipui is the reason why it's not mekabetume. Fakert, Eime vechachomim metamin. Not like Rabbi Lezer who's metayer, because the mizbecho is. Or not like Azavia Karka. You're going to say maybe it creates also the Nachas and they're not Metame. This is also not true. Why? Because they're Metzupin. What means they're Metzupin? Klei Matchis. Ibo Yeseme. Bemes, Chacham Yamoy, Rab Lezer. That the Mizbechois are not Mekabel Tume. Are not Mekabel Tume. And the reason is not because it's a Karka, only because it's a creates also the Nachas. And even they're Metzupin, but the Torah was Megal, as we said before, and at 8, Koron, a cost of 8. Yeah, we're going back to the beginning of the Omer. Koron, a cost of 8. And the Tzipui is misbattle, Klapi them. And what Chachom is saying, we play Shehem et Tzupin. What's the Pshat over here? Shehem the Gemara. Ibo is saying, Rabbonon le Rab Lezer Koron, my datich. I mean, what you're svor? You're saying that the Mizbecho is not Mekabel Tumeh. Why? Because they are like a Karka. And it sounds like from you saying that without this reason, there would be Mekabel Tumeh, even though they create also the Nachas. You know why? Because they're Metzupin. Because they're Metzupin, so they don't have Teras creates on it. But Afal Piken, I can tell you, they still not Mekabel Tumeh. You know why? But it's not true. Why? He tells them, Mivtal Botil Tzipuyon Gabayu. The Tzipu is Misbatel Klabei the wood, and they don't Mekabel Tumeh. Why? Because they're creates also the Nachas, and you don't need your words because they're not Mekabel Pnei Karka. You know why? Because they have a din of 8, and that's why they're not Mekabel Tumeh. Let's see the Rashi. Alle haben schon die Zuppe nicht mehr. Die Rab mit Zuppe יש להם לתאר, או משום קריאץ also לנחס. מה ידעתיך? ילפס טיימה, ונקרינו האדום או רב או אחר, תמי, נפגר עשו לנחס. מפני שהם מצופים. הוא פועל למימה שהציפו מבטלון, ואב אליהו ככלי מתחויס. מבט בוטו מצוין לגבי המון לקור עץ לכולו, ובלמה עקרון נם אלוהי מקבל טובה.
Didn't we say that they're not made lenachas?
Sorry?
Didn't we say before that they're not made lenachas? Shulchan said it was moved.
Yes, he says, Afilu was made lenachas. It's mashma. Yeah, but it's mashma that if it was made lenachas, it would not become tumas. We say even if it was made lenachas with the tzipui, back to the same malach of the Gemara before. And that's the Lashon of Rashi. The Lashon of Rashi of Mivatel. Yeah, what Rashi says? Mivtil botil tzipui legabayu. Tachmona koreitz. Lekulhu. Right? All of it. Now, where does the Torah call the Mizbechois eitz? So Toises of in Dibra Maschil, in the Toises, and Dibra Maschil shiny Shulchan the Hamonakari eitz, it's an Amud Beis, the end of the Chavam Beis. Toises says over there that the Mizbeach is called eitz where, because it's mentioned over there the Mizbeach and the Pasuk is called Mizbeach eitz Sholish Amos. But the Rashi says lekulu. It's mashma that not because the shayla is on the mizbeach. Everything is called eitz. Everything is called eitz. Okay. Says the Gemara. Omar Rabavo, Omar Rab Lezer. Talmidei Chachamim ein ur shel geinim sholetes boim. Where do we know that the doesn't sholetes boim the ur shel geinim? And we know that the Kalvachoyim is salamandra. Salamandra is Rashi says Chaya, and let's read it in Rashi. Chaya anivas minu. It's created from fire. Sheboya in Eilu Mokim Echot Sheva Shonim Tomi Bli Efsek. If you have a flame 7 years. Didn't stop for a second. You could create a salamander over there. Look at Rashi. Rashi and Chulin, Kuf Chov Zayin Omed Aleph, explains a little bit differently. And this is what Rabbi Chagiga over here Seichel Zu. If you look at the Gilui Hashas, Rabbi Chagiga Seichel Zu, Rashi thing. Rashi explains that this is a sheretz that's made from a fire that burning al yedei kshofim from Atzei Hadas. Yes, it has to be. It's not stop every fire that Rashi says over here. It has to be 7 years from Atzei Hadas and also al yedei kshofim. Toyses brings over there in Chulin Kuf Chov Zayin Amud Aleph. It brings B'Shem D'Oruch. Yeah, that what we say over here. Then the Targum Yonason in big way. Choiled v'achvor tirgum Yonason karkushte v'salamandro. Yeah, the Toyses the Dibor is salamandro. Karkushte v'salamandro. So it gives us idea what is the salamandro. Okay, log the Gemara. What's a kalvachoy from salamandro? Uma salamandro shetolos eishi created from the fire. Hasoch midomo. Someone smears her blood on his body. Ain't let his body. That's the nature of the blood of salamandro. Right? The Gemara says over there, like Gabe Chizkiah, that his mother went and smeared his ochos was over the Zoreh. Which over the Zoreh of Moilech. The mother, Chizkiah, who didn't want that her son should get burnt in the Moilech, she smeared him with dam salamandro. Anyway, של כל גופון דכתיב על ריקוי דבורי כאש נאום השם הלך אז כמה וכמה לתוות אין הוא שוילד בוהן for sure it's not gonna help. Yeah, and the Marshal says because Divrei Torah is Eish and Divrei Torah is Eish, so and they become a shtik Torah, so the Gufon has a case, right? And we know the Marshal saying through the Gemara what we learned more tinies Tamid Chochem the Rotach, or Raisu, the Ratchabe. Right? They get angry very fast. They get angry very fast. So someone is very calm, maybe this year, even better. But he gets angry very fast because he's always boiling. There's a fire inside. There's a fire inside, that's why he's always boiling. Let's leave this part. Let's part to the CM. And when will be the CM? I don't know. Anyone who wants to not very liboy to talk about it. To talk about it is also my best to speak about it. But beforehand, okay, so speak to, I don't know, on the group or wherever it is. Just let me know what I have to bring and when I have to come and what I have to do. That's it. We learned in the Gemara. Right? That's something that
can I just ask very quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Two technical questions. One is Mizbeach and Mizbeach HaChitzon. How would you have toiveled it? It's a massive structure, and where could you toivel it? Where could you toivel without taking out of the Besamigdosh?
You could misparek.
To dismantle it. Okay.
Dismantle it, yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. What we learned before about shulchonos and sholosh shulchonos, like a sholosh aroinos.
Yes.
Sholosh aroin is a structure of four sides and the bottom. And so the sholosh aroinos, you take like 3 boxes, one into another. That's what's super, correct? Was Zov, 8 Zov. So you got a ready-made 3 aroinos, and it's an aroin, and you put aroin into each other. How do you take shulchonos into each other? You can have a shulchon structure. You can have piece of tzipui, piece of gold to stick to the all sides of it.
Yeah, but it
cannot be a shulchon. It cannot be shulchon. It cannot be a shulchon on its own that you put. It's not a shulchonos.
Yes, it can. It can, Yitzchak. If you take a leg, for example, and you take 3 tubes, put 1 tube in another, that's 1 leg. Even
but I said, but it's not a shulchan. That's exactly what I'm asking. Yes, the shulchan is when it's a structure. So you got a shulchan, you put bits and pieces.
Yeah, but
doesn't matter.
You put on it like pieces.
But not a shulchan. It's not shulchanos.
That's how you make
shulchan. A shulchan is one structure. With the Oroin, you just put 3 boxes into each other.
Hey,
The shulchan, you got a structure with bits of metal, but you can't call them shulchanos.
why? You would take a tabletop and you make it with 3 sheets with gold inside the wood inside the thing the same way.
Yeah, but you can't do it in one go. You can
So
you
what?
take a
So
shulchan and you put on
So
bits and
what?
pieces from the sides.
You've got 3 tables, one in to
what?
be snugly
So what?
stuck underneath the other.
Yeah, that's the same. So what? It's the same thing. It's the
The
same.
shulchan have to have a mido. If a shulchan doesn't have the right mido, it's not.
Okay.
The Oroin had the mido. Shulchan, all 3 of them have to be exactly the same measurement to call it a shulchan.
It'll be
So-
the same as the oral. It's the same thing. It's the same.
No, the
thing.
Oroin had different sizes.
Okay, so it's different size.
No, there's no shulchan. I don't know. I'm asking.
I
This is
understand.
technically shulchan with a zeh. Shulchan has a zeh. You can't have a complete shulchan to have 3 shulchans complete and put it into each other. It doesn't go
Because
technically.
I think the mistake is not a mistake, but maybe the avodah what's difficult for us to understand is because we look at the shulchan, the whole structure of the shulchan. Now it doesn't mean that the whole thing was solish. The konim, all these things, yeah, was not. It doesn't have to be triple. What we say triple is only the shulchan itself. Mam is the shulchan.
Okay, I'm
Then
asking.
it's easier to understand.
I'm
Then it's
asking.
easier to understand.
Shulchan, the way it's done, yeah, to put 3 into each other is difficult. Unless one is a miniature and one is bigger, and it's not called shulchan. If it hasn't got the same middle, it's not a shulchan. It cannot be a shulchan which is smaller and we call it a shulchan. I'm asking. What's your
What
pshat?
Reuben
I'm
says
asking
is very
pshat.
good. What Rabbi Reuben says is very good. The shulchan itself is only the top.
I don't know. I'm asking pshat. I'm asking pshat. If you are sure of it, it's fine.
Yeah, no,
I'm asking pshat. I'm asking
only
pshat.
the
I don't know.
shulchan without all the
I'm asking pshat. I'm trying to analyze pshat. I'm not.
It's more understood. I'm saying it's more understood. Okay. I just wanted to say the Toysis, there's a beautiful Maharsham. The Maharsham says that what's the pshat of the Toysis? Toysis says a salamandro. What's the salamandro? Achoyled, v'achbor, tirgam of yoinasol, kalkushte, v'salamandro. Right? The Toysis means the Shem the Oruch, by us, over here. The wide lines of Zayin Medalef. Says the Maharsham, what does Toysis want to find from? He says that maybe you can ask me a question. The Mizbeach Hazor, right? He says, Kalchoyle, Mizbeach Hazor, for salamandro. So he says, maybe you can ask a very simple question. Maybe you know why the Mizbeach Hazor didn't because they shmeded with the damn salamandro. Frank says, no, salamandro is a achbor. It's a sheretz stomach. So for sure they didn't sach the Mizbeach, they didn't shmed the Mizbeach with the dam of sheretz stomach. And that's what the Toysis comes to stand for. I just, as we thought sometimes once, but just to remind ourselves that Rameir Shapira, we're finishing today, Baruch Hashem, the Chagiga, we're almost finishing. There is a tshuva of Rameir Shapira in Simen Ayin Hey, in his tshuvas, he asks over there, they ask him a shaila. They ask him a shaila, what should they do with the last daf of the Masechet? So we didn't have a problem today with the last daf of the Masechet. But there is many places that they learn exactly the daf of the day, right? They learn exactly the daf. So he was like, they ask him a shaila. Do a mechuyev. So we have a Kabbalah to learn every day. It's a Kabbalah toiva to learn every day a daf. And today is Al Be'omed. Is it like a neder that we're learning every day a daf? So it's a daf hayomi. We have to learn every day a daf. Oh, and today's not a daf. It's only Chumzayin Aleph is only Al Be'omed. It's only half Omed. So he brings over there a very long tshuva, a very interesting tshuva he brings over there. And he brings from the Gemara, Oimer, Esh Ashki ve'esh neperek zeh neder godol nodar leilukei Yisrael. Right? It's brought down the Shulchan Aruch here, there, Simen Reish Yud Gimel, so he based. It's a neder to give tzedakah, and tzedakah we know that Yarbe ve'itein, at sheyoimar lo yilekach niskavanti, that means that if a person promised tzedakah, he has to give till for sure that he didn't mean more than that. So if he promised to give tzedakah, and he had in mind definitely not that 100 pounds, he has to give up to 100 pounds. That means for sure. So he says over here, maybe also the same thing, right? A daf. A daf is, he says that for sure that the person would add the lekatchile, the Kabbalah to learn daf hayomi. So he says he was no there over there. al das that is a daf. And he brings of the rayas that also the last daf, it's also called the daf. Because he brings over there the Gemara in Menachos, daf lamed amud aleph, from a Gemara oise odom yeria mi pas sholosh dapin, ve'ad bas shmoina dapin, and we say that this is called the daf. So he says a daf is called the daf. And we think it's very interesting over there, a very nice tshuva. What he brings in tshuva in Siman 9a about this nidon, if it's halbe omen, it's called the daf. It's not called the daf. I'm fine. So, Omer Hashem tomorrow, don't forget the big Masechet Yevomes. Masechet Yevomes, Omer Hashem, and yeah, very interesting Masechet.
Have a good day.
I'm going to